So welcome. The stream has begun. It's GC Sports Tuesday nights, truck racing, and I'm going to get us in. Should I come in now? Okay. Here we come. It is Tuesday night, GC Sports. Welcome back. Me, Gator Mike in the booth with me. In-race reporter is Aquatati, who's driving the 00 car. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hello.
Glad to have you back, Brink. You missed quite the race last week as these guys were slinging some dirt, but they're back to a more familiar surface here tonight.
Yes, the asphalt-laden Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Mile and a half around, 126,000 when the place is full. Got 12 suites, as I was reading earlier. We have 20 degrees in bankings of banking in turns 1 and 2. We're 9 to 12 degrees on the front and back straightaway. A couple of race specs for you as these trucks are coming out of the pit area, I'm sure now, for their first green flag. We will join them. The screen is still loading. I'm on a Fantech pedals, as you see here. Now we're on the track. We should be coming to green flag as we come in. There it is. We're in turn 1. Your pole sitter jumps out to the lead. That's RJ Smitty 91 in the number 3 truck. Outside pole sitter was Private Patton in the 21. He has dropped to 3rd already, as Probably Your Dad in the 32 has gone from 3rd to 2nd. We're already in turns 3 and 4 as Private Patton is now down low on the 32 with Probably Your Dad.
Yeah,
down the front straightaway. Go ahead.
RJ Smitty used that low lane there in turns 1 and 2 on that restart to get the advantage, and he's kind of holding off the field right now. Loving seeing those guys fighting side by side behind him.
Yeah, we sort of jumped right into the broadcast this evening, everybody, so I apologize. We were kind of just farting around, talking about our connections, and then I realized, hey, we're getting close to race time. I should start the stream. So we didn't really get much of an intro. Last week's winner was the 2 truck driven by Smudge. Am I saying that right?
That is correct.
Is he in the race? I don't know if I see the 2 truck.
He started fourth.
Oh, there he is. You're right. SMK Sludge. She started 4th. He is currently in 4th. I was looking for the red 2. That was why I didn't see it right away. Private Patton has been the majority of the race winners since I've been broadcasting these races, starting 4 or 5 weeks ago now. But RJ Smitty has been involved in all of those battles nearly till the end.
Smitty won 2 weeks ago, actually.
Right, and I was looking it up to make sure I had it right. But he won 2 weeks ago, the last race I did with you guys. Eldora was a fun-looking race. Obviously, the characters you see up front on a dirt track, it tends to be a little different. You'll see it at a road course. It'll tend to be a little different. We saw Watkins Glen where Blakey T was a dominant truck, and he's usually near the front, but he's not usually as dominant as he was that day. Speaking of dominance, RJ Smitty coming back into turn number 3. We're on lap 3 or 4 here, and there might have been a battle on the outside from Private Patton. He has no help, though, as Probably Your Dad stays low down the front straightaway.
Yeah, Private Patton trying to show how dominant his truck here is early on, as he got a nose to the outside of RJ Smitty coming on a 4, and he's going to make that work around the high lane in 1 and 2 and get a great run down the backstretch.
Well, staying off the wall would help, which Private Patton does not do.
Might have got a little loose there off of 2.
I was just going to say, my comment right after when you finished talking was going to be how I personally enjoy pushing high off of turn 2, but if you have a loose truck and you get a little out of shape, you're right by the wall, and then bam, that's exactly what happened to Private Patton as he came high off of turn number 2. He has dropped to about 7, might be losing that to the 38 truck. That is Mo Power Disaster driving the blue and yellow Speedco colors tonight. He actually now falls behind Blakey T entering turn number 3. Private Patton is back up to 6th as he makes a move on Blakey T in the 16.
Yeah, early on these restarts, you're going to see a lot of pack racing like these guys are doing right now, 2, 3 wide, couple rows deep, but they will start getting spread out as the tires age.
Private Patton got high again. That time it looked like the 15 of T-Bird was the contact that's between the two of them. I'm going to try and...
So right now you see all these leaders trying to get single file here the best they can just so they can log some laps and try to find a groove here early on in stage number 1. RJ Smitty still your leader.
T-Bird is also running a little loose coming out of turn 4. He almost got into the 38, but they are 3 wide right in front of your captain, Aquatati. You tell us the view from there. It looks scary.
Yeah, it's a little. We'll go with fun.
As Aquataddy's going to push through the middle, give the 13 truck a big push, and he's going to get 2 spots there, passing the 38 and the 74.
38's coming back around the high side, though.
Gets the run off the front straightaway, but Taddy's got a draft coming off the 13. Who's going to win the battle in the turn number 1? We're on the 15, but we do see the 00 has got the slight edge, but they're still side by side through turn 2.
These drivers will have to make a pit stop sometime in stage number 1. When they elect to do it and how they elect to do it is up to them. I saw nobody last night tried 2 tires in stage 1. They did in stage 2, so we'll see what these guys elect to do this evening.
This is a fun track that you can have fun on 2 tires here because you are so loose, but I recommend if you ever do a 2-tire stop, tighten the car up a little bit because you are going to get loose off of 2 pretty quick with those old left side tires. Probably your dad still running in second. RJ Smitty is your leader. Private Patton has moved back up into 3rd place. The draft is very effective here.
They got a little bit of a gap as 4th on back are starting to fight.
We will take a look at that. Here's Blakey T losing a spot to T-Bird, but Smudge and the 98 of, what did I forget? Country Caliber. Country Caliber battling for the 4th spot. Caliber's going to fall in line this time and try and gear up down the front straightaway.
This is becoming a hornet's nest very quickly.
Yep.
I don't know about you guys, but my experience in Vegas has always been fun in packs.
That's one good thing about Vegas, though, is it offers multiple lines to run, so you can have these 2 and 3 wide racing and it'd be very clean. And it makes it one of the funnest tracks on the game, and a lot of leagues use this actually for their championship race because of it.
You know,
one of the better tracks.
You're absolutely right, and I actually, in a league of mine, am making this the championship race. So funny enough, that is true. It is one of the more fun races, and you get a real test. It's a real good test of driver skills for this game because, at least for me, there's a lot less weird things that will happen. Your tire wear is always an issue. Your truck getting loose because you want to go fast, so you got to set up loose. But what's too loose? And on long runs, like we're going to see here tonight. How loose? How will that affect them? You know, towards the end when it gets a lot really loose.
These guys do have options here, and I love options. So they can set their truck up to run the low lane. They can set it up to run the middle lane. They can set it up to run the high lane. It's all up to them and how they want to attack this track. So I love the fact that they have options.
You will see you guys get high through 1 and 2 for sure. You saw probably your dad. He is definitely itchy. He wants to get in front of RJ Smitty, and in doing so, it looks like he may have lost second to Private Patton, but he's going to get in line. Private Patton is now dipping low down the front straightaway, trying to make a move.
Had T-Bird get in the wall there off of 4 back in the pack, so he lost a handful of spots there, but Private Patton right now making a move for the lead.
Real aggressive move down into turn number 1. RJ Smitty did give him the room, but now he has no help down the back straightaway as RJ Smitty gets the edge. The draft definitely is a real effective tool here in Vegas, especially in a 3-car pack like you're seeing here up front.
Yeah, this is the point in this run where these tires, they're screaming, they're hurting, so these drivers are hanging on here without any sort of adjustments yet as they fight the loose condition off of turns 2 and turns 4.
I want to give credit to SMK Sludge. He was holding on to 4th place there for a while, but then he got trained by the 98 and 16. Here comes the 13 down low on him, but I'm not sure he's going to have quite the momentum as those prior 2 cars did before. A very common top 8, I would say. Mopawa Disaster is now entering pit road. Remember, 2 weeks ago, he was one of your earlier pit stop goers.
Yeah, we've had a couple takers already on pit lane, I've noticed. Our in-race reporter, Taddy, pitted a little bit early, and a Disaster coming in this time by. So, some guys changing it up just a little bit.
We're on lap 17 out of 30 for stage number 1.
Correct.
Stage number 2 will be 28 laps, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, most of the lead pack here is staying out, though. It's kind of interesting. I don't know if they're going to try 2 tires or not, but we didn't see that from anybody last night. So looks like Private Pat might be pitting this time by your leader.
We will get back on him. RJ Smitty kind of jumps back in front because it looks like Private Patton is going to slow up to drop low. And then he does. The first of your leaders to come to pit road is Private Patton on lap number 18. Probably Your Dad resumes the second place position. Here's a nice large pack right behind them. That includes the 4th place qualifier, SMK Sludge. Blakey T is going to lose 4th to the 98, or is that 3rd now, sorry. Of Country Caliber, you have T-Bird, who's in this pack, and the 13. Also give credit to him, the Evo B. He's hung around in this pack as well. Here comes the 32, your leader down pit road.
Making his way down pit lane this time by, along with a couple others.
RJ Smitty still staying out as long as he can. And he may have listened to your winner last night, P. Colligator. Shout out to him, as he suggested, as long as you can make your tires last your fuel run, you will be fine. That's a direct quote from last week's champion. Last night's champion.
Yeah, he wasn't last week's winner. He had a rough one on the dirt, but definitely put a hurting on the field last night, back on the asphalt.
P. Colligator will tell you dirt isn't his favorite substance to race on.
Yeah, he looked like he was on ice out there last week.
This is actually his car we're following, the Evo B. P. Cola drives the 13 on Mondays. Looks like he'll be coming down, and he's made that 13 truck last as long as it can go. 20 laps on this first run. He comes down pit road. Is he going to speed? Look pretty fast, but he's going to woe it down. The 24 of Spenker, 24 comes in, and probably Your Dad. We're going to go on him because he's going to be in or just about around the lead, will be our assumption.
Looks like Smitty might have sped. He's still sitting in his box.
And the 32 has already gone by.
Yeah, Smitty got a speeding penalty, so that's going to kill him here in stage 1, and he's got a lot of work to do in stage 2.
There he is coming off pit road right now in the number 3 truck. He's on the back straightaway while Private Patton, he is coming out of turn number 4. But your leader is the 32. Oh, the 21 is your leader. I think the 32. Oh, he is. Okay. Okay. So the 32 is your leader, and he is by himself.
Yeah, he might have tried that 2-tire strap. See if he can hang on, make it work.
I'm trying to get a time. I haven't updated the standings right just yet. There it is. 6 seconds. And second place is Mo Power Disaster in the 38. You see him. The 21 is making a pass there. 4th second on the 38 down the front straightaway. Private Patton. Oh, the 38 taps the wall, but that might have been lag, so he seems to be okay there. Side by side into turn number 2. Blakey T is going to come high, probably giving a push to now. It looks like the 21 has made the pass out of turn 2.
That he has. The 21 has cleared the 38, so he set sails on our leader, probably Your Dad, on a different strategy. If you're going to try a strategy like this, it doesn't hurt to do it early on in the race here in stage 1 just to see if it works or not.
Right, you get a feel for it. Now, later in the race, he'll know what his car will act like with 2 tires.
Yeah, so Private Patton, he's got some work to do here. Grab that stage win.
You guys actually missed it. So the 02 Blaney fan, when he was coming to pit road, there was 3 trucks that signaled. He was actually the only one that was pit road taker. I was in the next truck behind the 32 at the time, and Patton was behind me. And the 02, when he stopped and he kind of drifted up in the track, I caught him, did a complete circle, and Patton is the one that caught my rear end and shot him up into the wall, and that's what cost him a lot of time.
Okay.
It cost him quite a bit of time then.
Yeah, I didn't see that at all. Now, it's interesting, though. He's running right with the 16 and the 38 and all those guys who were in the second pack. And they weren't that far behind them. I'd say, what, a second?
Not at all. Maybe a second.
And now it's 6 seconds. So 2 tires plus, you know, the troubles for the 21. And it's still a 4.5 second lead at this point.
We've got a wreck off the 4 here. A bunch of trucks here involved. Got heavy duty was involved. Another one.
I'm on Mopower. D. Smith looks like he might have been involved.
D. Smith, Taddy.
Taddy's taking evasive action down pit road. Oh, we were so good about getting on stuff before, but we missed 2 of them today.
Yeah, it looks like a couple of them got together there off of 4, and I caught the tail end of it.
I've been in both of them.
That might be saying something.
I'm not sure what happened. The 44 spun out on the exit of 4. Him and another truck made contact, and then D. Smith went up. The 44 stayed up and didn't come back down, and so D. Smith got in it. And when I tried to avoid him, contact between me and him sent me down the pit road. Luckily, I didn't end up on pit road with a speeding penalty. It was after the penalty.
Aqua, would you mind switching your screen to your standings when you have a second?
Got 3 laps to go here on the stage.
Is that what you wanted?
Yes. So Aqua's in 14th. I'm trying to see if you were by RJ Smitty. Actually, he's in 13th. The Spenger 24 went a lap down. We're on him right now. Wasn't sure if maybe he was in the top 10. I don't believe he is. I think he was involved, and now he's a lap down.
I think he's up in 10 in the 10th.
Is he okay? It was tough to tell because he was coming back on track, and it looked like he was involved, so he may have lost all that time. I wasn't sure. Private Patton, who is closing on the leader, probably your dad, is still riding around in second. He's leading Blakey T. Everyone else has lost their draft, it looks like. Blakey T's been able to hold on to Private Patton. 3 seconds.
Yeah. Probably your dad, though. He's coming around here to take the white flag in stage number 1, so he should be able to hang on here. He's got a very comfortable gap.
And Blakey T takes the cue from the white flag. He's going to take a nice low line underneath Private Pat and try to get second place from him coming to the back straightaway. Was that too early? Will that give Private Patton time to come down the back straightaway? Hasn't quite cleared him yet. Entering turn 3, still side by side. Blakey T got a slight edge.
It's going to be close here between these 2 for second place.
Oh, a little bit. A touch at a 4. Private Patton hits the wall. Blakey T will take second place. As probably your dad. A couple of fireworks here at the end. Probably your dad will take the stage win.
JJ Peden, a.k.a. Pete Cola out there. He's cheering for the 13. You got Dean Cook tuned in. Thanks for tuning in. And Nuka Bob.
Well, Taddy, you had a lot of difficulties there in stage 1. What can you do to get some track position here?
Something better. Yeah, I don't know. That was pretty rough. Honestly, I pitted early. I made up a lot of ground. Like I said, I come out of the pits and I was ahead of Patton, and that's why I pitted early like I did. It didn't pan out the way I wanted it. Little contact here and there, but the strategy, it wasn't that bad, and I only pit 1 lap before Patton did, so I was about 4 seconds behind him prior.
Well, we're lined up for stage 2.
We are on your pole sitter, RJ Smitty. As you know, the settings are always going to do that, and he's in 13th, so we're going to see how he can probably come up through the field. But we're going to go right back to your leader, who is probably your dad, in the number 32 Chevrolet, as they come down in the turn number 1 to start stage 2.
Yeah, he'll be able to clear here very easily on that bottom lane, but watch for that top lane once you get to 3 and 4.
Country Caliber makes an aggressive move off of turn 2. He's going to keep the low line into turn number 3. He's going to take a line of Smudge, Private Patton, and T-Bird down the front straightaway, although Private Patton now jumps high in the front straightaway to follow Blakey T. Side by side, I do believe that Country Caliber did lead that lap.
Yeah, right now on the fresh tires, though, he's not in the preferred lane as these trucks are now fully up to speed. The outside lane is going to prevail more times than not. And that's showing right now with probably your dad taking the lead back.
These guys are pushing hard. As you see the 16 bump into the 32. The 98 is then going to bump off of him, and the 21 and 15 as well. We are nearly 4 wide off of turn 2. We are 2 by 2. 32 is just going to take all that battling behind him and just get a little bit more space going into turn number 1. "25 laps remain in this stage. Probably your dad is your leader. That's Smudge here. He's in 6th. There's a fast truck drafting high. Here's one of those guys who's going to take a high line here early on. You see the 38 leading the high line. They are holding strong. Private Patton is kind of hung up behind the 98 right now on the low line. You did see Private Patton jump high at one point to get in that line, and then he stayed low, and it looks like he's been paying for staying low through this early part of the stage.
Yeah, last night I got stuck in that low lane and just got freight trained. I lost 5 or 6 spots.
Now the 3 has actually caught Private Patton and has passed him for position.
Yeah, just like that, Patton loses quite a few spots here.
Looks like he lost more spots here than he did when he tapped the wall in the first stage, but he did it once. We'll see if he can do it again. He's in 9th position, and he may lose 9th. Taddy is behind him, but you have Blaney fan of the 68 coming behind that Thor truck, and Justin Hackett just behind him. Private Patton does take the momentum into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to clear those trucks, and now he's just behind Smudge in the 2. I don't know why I keep saying Smudge. I think I heard someone say it one. Now I keep saying it. It's SMK Sludge in the 2 truck. And will he make a move? He will not. He'll just follow him here in the turn number 1. And as you see, RJ Smitty is creating some traction down low as he's going to get a position on the 38 of Mo Power Disaster down the backstretch. Not enough, though, as he falls in line. Yeah.
So things are starting to settle down here a couple laps after the restart. These guys are getting more and more single file, but Private Patton trying to make a move around the outside, getting those spots back around Sludge.
I think you're going to start seeing the 3 and the 21 splitting guys as they come out down the straightaways. But the 3 truck is not letting go of that low line, and honestly, it definitely has made it look the fastest line. No one else really has yet. A lot of guys were running high, as we saw, or maybe not high, mid line, of the turn. But the 3 truck is just hugging that white line. That's the Tony Stewart line. When I used to watch him race Atlanta and here at Vegas, he would just touch that line and would just never leave it.
Fighting hard to get around T-Bird here for 3rd place. So he's gained about 10 spots here on this restart already. That's probably your dad is still out front, followed by Blakey T.
When they hit the line,
to get around T-Bird, so he'll settle back into 4th.
This is lap number 9 of stage 2. 27 laps. I misspoke earlier. I was off by a lap. 27 laps in this stage. They will need to pit, though. And 2 tire stops. If it worked in the first stage, you're going to see a lot more guys try it here.
Absolutely. Nobody tried it last night. There were some that tried it in stage 2 last night, so you should see more takers on the 2 tire strat.
So your top 3 as of right now, as we come to lap number 10 in stage 2, is probably your dad in the 32, Blakey T in the 16. T-Bird is the highest Ford in the number 15. Then you have RJ Smitty in the 4, your pole sitter. Private Patton in the 21, and hanging on in 6th position in the 00, Aqua Taddy, your daddy, now making a move on the 21. No, he thinks better of it and gets right in the line again.
Got a little hairy there down on the back straightaway for 2nd place.
I did notice that.
Pinched.
The 3 and the 15 nearly got together, but they held off. The 21 he's riding high. Didn't care that everyone else went low that time. Then he got a big run on the 3 here. He's going to push it high. The 3 gives him a block, but the 21 still gets a little bit of a move, but just not enough. The 3 just hugs that bottom lane, and he's going to gain more space here on the 15. It's funny, in the turn, I've been noticing that in the turns, everyone goes low, and then RJ Smitty gets help. He gets a little draft from the front of him, he gets a little push behind him, and then they go in the straightaway, everybody goes high, and then Private Patton gets a pull and a push. So that's been keeping everybody pretty even throughout the lap.
Smitty is driving incredibly hard, trying to get around that 15 truck, and it's just not able to make it work. I think he can't carry that momentum off of 2.
And then, yeah, look again, he loses that draft help, and then the 15 gets more power right behind him from the draft of the 21, pulls on the 16, and that's what keeps him in line. Yeah, that time it looks like the 15 drove it a little too hard into the turn and lost some grip. The 21 gets a position on him, and here comes Aquatati down low to get that spot as well.
These are your top 6 trucks here. They've broken away from the rest of the field. You see that second group back there. About 7th through 12th-ish.
Now with the 3 truck, clear space here to the top 2. He's pulled right up on them. Private Patton right there as well. What's Blakey T going to do? Is he going to just follow his line, or will he make a move to block the 3? He does try to block there. One move down low, but the 32 also goes low. Going to keep everybody in line into turn number 1. Maybe a wall touch. Could have been lag for the 16. He looks okay going into turn number 1. But the 3, again, down low on the line. The 21 not trying to help the 3. Does want to go high on him, but doesn't get the position at a turn number 2.
Oh, 16 looking for the lead.
Yeah, the 32 just took his line, and the 16 took this time around, took the space to his. He knows the 3 is coming. He has to do something. He wants to lead a lap, possibly try and win this stage. Put yourself in a position to win. And that's what the 16 is trying to do.
Yeah, it's going to cost him a spot, though, as RJ Smitty goes around the outside for second.
As I was speaking, the 3 truck, he used the 21 to his advantage. When the 16 made his move, RJ Smitty said, fine, I'll move around you this way. He took the help from the 32 and the 21, and the 16 was left hung to dry. Blakey T probably assumed RJ Smitty would have stayed down there, but RJ Smitty, as we know, and we've said in the past, does not follow well.
Doesn't, but if I'm him, I've used up a lot of my stuff getting back up through the field. Pit stops are looming, so I'd kind of just, if I was him, I'd just sit back and ride right now. You're in a good spot, right behind the leader.
Well, the only problem,
like he's going to signal. So.
The only problem with that equation is he's not you. RJ Smitty is going to try and make a move, but the 16 also tries to make a move on him, and that's going to cost the 3 a little bit. As you said, he did use up a lot of tire. The 32 pits. Maybe unknowingly to the 3 as he gets into the back of him. The 3 spins around. Wow, more turmoil getting to pit road for RJ Smitty in stage 2.
Again, both stages had trouble getting on pit lane.
This one may not have been his fault, though. I think the 32, I guess he did signal, but maybe he just slowed down faster than he assumed. But he did bump into the back of him, and then he got loose. We lost it on camera because the track camera didn't pan.
Tough break again there for RJ Smitty. He's going to have to do all that work all over again.
Meanwhile, probably your dad may have sped getting onto pit road. He is still there. Or maybe he may have taken 4 tires. But somebody who did look like they sped on pit road, unless he was the 16, and he had a long pit stop. Blakey T. Private Patton has been out, or hasn't pitted yet, I'm sorry. He is your leader currently. SMK Sludge is in second place. Trying to get to the 2 truck. He has Mo Power Disaster behind him in third. You see Private Patton just ahead of him. I say just ahead of him. It's a half of a straightaway.
Patton's out there all by himself now, just cruising, so he has no pressure when he wants to make his pit stop from behind.
And he's been running a higher line, does not go low with everybody else, runs his line, so his tires are good. So he is going to run, a little longer. And if you've taken 2 tires, you're not really getting that advantage on Private Patton here, or Sludge, or Power Disaster, who haven't pit yet, and they're on older tires, because your lap times just aren't that much faster than theirs. And when they come out with 4 fresh tires, they're going to catch you. So it's going to be interesting. Probably your dad. Not sure if that's for position with the 44. Well, the 44 is a little faster than him, it looked like, getting low out of turn number 4. You pit as your leader. Unsure if he's going to remain your leader. Let's see the 13 and the 88 up ahead of him. But it is tough to tell who took 2 tires, who took 4, who sped on pit road.
Patton on pit lane.
$15 and the 00 unlapping themselves as they pit already.
The 2's still out there as the leader.
Oh, I didn't see that. Okay.
And let's also keep in mind the 2 is not one of the guys in that top 6, and it's only a 3-lap difference on your fuel. So if somebody could make it on their tires, they could also save the fuel. And the rule here is 5 laps. You're not allowed to save more than 5 laps. So this is within rights to for the 2 truck to try to save. But he's on pit road now.
That's a tough ask though to save 3 laps of fuel in one stage, especially at a track like Las Vegas where you're in the throttle most of the time. That's a tough task if you're going to try that strategy.
Private Patton is exiting pit road as the 3rd place truck, but as you heard your in-race reporter Aquatati say, the 2 truck has hit pit road and he is the leader.
Comes out right in front of T-Bird and Taddy.
Mopower Disaster also pit with the 2 trucks, so we're gonna go back on the 21. He is your presumed leader as he comes to the start finish line. There you see the 38 and the 2 coming out of pit road, and Patton is your leader. Clear racetrack ahead of him, and that's bad news for the rest of the field.
Yeah, he missed last week at Eldora, but it looks like he's going to pick up right about where he left off.
I'm not sure.
To win this race.
I'm not sure if he missed it. He may have just not shown up.
Either way, he missed the race. So.
Don't look now, but Aquatati has just made a move for 2nd place as you see him go underneath T-Bird out of turn number 2. Does he have anything to catch that 21 truck? Does get some space here on the 15 through turns 3 and 4.
He's got 3 laps here to try to run down that 21. Got about a 2nd gap to him, so if you get 3/10 a lap, he'll at least have a shot at it.
It is a 1.3 second lead for Private Patton on the 00 Chevrolet. T-Bird's a little loose out of turn 2. Or maybe he was making a move down low, but thought, nah, I'm not going to make that. Two laps to go. Stage number 2 here at Las Vegas. GC Sports 200. Tuesday nights. Some of the more star-studded nights here for the GC series. Let's go through the field. Well, and then we'll save that for stage 3 because we're going to come to the white flag here for stage number 2. We'll start talking about.
Still rages on. Private Patton looks like he's going to cruise on this last lap of the stage victory, but 2nd is still up to grab as T-Bird tries to find his way back around Taddy.
And we are back on 2nd and 3rd place as T-Bird goes high. Aquatati was higher the last time around. The 15 tries to make a move low out of turn number 2. Is he going to get an edge a little bit to the fender of the 00? They're going to go side by side in turns 3 and 4, but the 15 loses some grip, and the 00 is going to pull ahead. The 2 is going to stay ahead there of the 38 you see behind them, but the 38, is it the 38 or the 68? That's the 68. Aquatati's going to take 2nd.
Terrible angle for T-Bird into 3, and that's what cost him that position.
Right. He had no grip there, and the 2 did hold off the 68. He's going to take 5th. 4th.
Well, Taddy, you got the track position you needed. What do you need to do here to this truck to make it compete with Patton's?
The truck is fast, man. By the time I pit with it when there was still like 17 laps to go, there's not much I'm gonna do to, even though it was just 2 tires and 2 tires, he still had the fresher tires when the heat come out. Patton pit about 8-9 laps later than me that time. But he only gained a 10th on me once I took second. So the truck feels pretty good. I'm hoping I can hold this outside, and we'll see what she can do.
All right. Well, Brink, we're already to stage 3.
Yeah, I was just trying to look at the top 5 here. So, yeah, stage number 3, it is obviously longer. Private Patton's going to start up front. 00 of Aquatati is going to be on the outside pole. RJ Smitty, here he is, back in the pack after that pit road trouble in stage 2. Can he have a clean stage 3 and get back to the front, as we know his truck is capable of leading and dominating this field? But Private Patton's going to take him down low, gets a little bump from the 2 truck off of turn number 2, and they're going to be side by side now down the back straightaway.
Well, Smitty's going to have a couple chances at redemption here in stage 3. These guys are going to have to pit at least twice, maybe 3 times. Oh, they're going to get
We got
together
guys
there
in the
on
wall.
4.
Guys around 98's around. The 13 may have spun. Looks like he may have saved it.
That was a big wreck.
That was the 98 got the worst of it. It looked like.
16 to Blakey T. He was one of your front runners. He was
Yes, there. He's in the very rear of the field. The 34, Mopawa Smith, and the 74. That's old guy 24. He also was affected by that. This time around, everyone looks like they're clean out of turn number 4. On board with Justin Hackett.
A lot of good drivers involved in that.
There are some fresh faces up at the front. You see Aquatati, who finished second in stage 2.
Look at Blaney.
And I was just going to mention Blaney in the 68.
Looking for 3rd place, the highest he's been tonight.
Slowly but surely, like a shark coming through the waters, here comes Blaney as he stays low on the 2 truck of SMK Sludge. If he clears him into turn 1, Sludge does fight back on the outside. It's going to be real high as the 68 doesn't exactly take a low line, but here comes the 3 into the screen, and we're going to be 3 wide down the back straightaway.
Smitty made an ambitious move there off of 2.
The view we had,
there under Blaney.
the view we were on board with the 68. And that we just saw the 3 come at the bottom of the screen, out of nowhere it seemed. And here he is still low on the 68 because, as we said, the 3 is not going to follow you.
68 going to hang on.
He's got a little bit of draft help pulling on SMK Sludge, gets a little push from the 38. They are in a good line. The 3 is by himself down the back straightaway, so he has no help here. We're in the same situation we were in stage 2. Gets a little bit of draft help maybe down on the turns, but he's actually losing time to these guys.
Well, in stage 3, if you can make your tires last a full fuel run, you'll only have to pit twice if you can save an extra lap of fuel or so. As we saw last night, only 4 or 5 drivers were able to do that. And it ended up being the winning strategy to pit twice instead of 3 times. So if you can make your tires last, you'll be in good shape.
Yeah, I don't know that we'll see too many 2-tire stops here. You tell me. We need long runs. We need to make our runs. And as you said, we want to make our entire fuel run. We don't want to pit for tires. We want to pit for fuel. Justin Hackett is hanging strong down here on the low side also as he's following RJ Smitty. He is probably your dad behind him. I'm not sure. Probably your dad got involved in some skirmish in the early on because he was near the front. But here he sits in 9th, it appears.
See Hellraiser up here too in the 87, making some ground up here in the final stage.
He's going to take a high line here through turns 1 and 2.
Haven't mentioned him tonight.
Yeah, we're going to go through the field here in a little bit. He gets a bump from the 32. He got loose, it looked like, came down on the 32, and then bounced back up into the wall. So all that extra time he had just gained is now lost. He's going to hopefully get back into the draft and be able to pull up on the 32 truck here. But now he is in ninth. Brian SB24 here in the 45 truck. Looks like 10th place. No, he's further back than that. But he has Blakey T. Blakey T battling on the outside. And the 13 of Evo. They are trying to get back near the front where they were. Some tough luck here as they got involved in a turn 4 incident that took a few. Basically, all the trucks you're looking at here, except for the 45. Those 4 trucks, the 98, the 74, the 13, and the 16, were all involved in that. As now they're all making a move on Brian SP, who's going to stay low, but these are for position. Butters, 1973. He's driving a 17 truck. Love the 17 truck. Good job, Butters. You look good out there. Always looking good, strutting your stuff. He's going to go low on the 44, but not get enough momentum. He's going to try and stick it low here, turns 3 and 4. Speaking of the 44,
Butters right here.
We were looking at the 44. That's heavy duty 420. He's trying to make a move on the 02 of Blaney Fan. Blaney Fan may have been the guilty party of an incident earlier that affected Aquatati and a few others. So he makes the move.
We do have one retirement here is Spenker sitting on pit lane.
Yeah, I think Spenker had some bad luck earlier.
Yeah, the engine expired out of that truck.
Running low power, decided to park it. 44 made the move past those 2 trucks and is pulling away now from Butters and the 02 of Blaney Fan. So heavy duty showing a little bit of speed here in stage 3. There's Blaney 89 and the number 68. A strong 4th place performance so far. SMK Sludge in 3rd, Aquatati in 2nd, and your leader is Private Patton. And running by himself is RJ Smitty in the number 3 truck. Trying to pull on this draft. If he can get into the draft, he will catch up to those leaders. But he's just, looks like he's just hanging out about 2nd behind. If they can go the rest of the way for fuel, if their tires can make it, it will be about another 10 or 11 laps. We'll have to keep an eye out on anybody who starts to pit a little earlier than that.
The key here is to be able to do the full fuel run. That should be the target for some of these guys, most all of these guys, if they want a chance at the win tonight.
We got a really great view here from the 24. I'm going to leave it here for one more lap as we wait for the leaders to come back into screen, because we can see them racing to turn number 1, and it's kind of cool. So we're going to see the whole field do that here.
All the leaders still nose to tail.
Here comes Private Patton. Lead them down to the turn number 1. RJ Smitty has gained a little bit of time on them. It looks as though there's a second pack of cars as the 32, probably your dad's, trying to make a move down low into turns 1 and 2. Real good view. The 13 coming off of pit road. I'm not sure if he was pitting or if he had just got shoved down pit road there. I'll have to go back and look at the film.
Some grass in the air, so.
The 02 is on pit road. Blaney Fan. He is pitting. That is not a lag out.
Leaders are starting to get feisty.
Yeah, we're almost 3 wide for 2nd place, and they are right on the tail of the 21. And that's going to play into the favor of the 3 truck, who, as you see enter the screen, is ever so closer to these guys. And once he gets in the fray, look out. But this is your top 5 right now. Private Patton, SMK Sludge, Blaney 89, Aquatati, and RJ Smitty. Little contact between the 68 and the 2 down the front straightaway. Trying to fit into a hole you just couldn't fit into. Now we're 2 by 2. The 3 is actually hanging around. Maybe he's taking care of his tires. Not getting too worried about riding behind. He's being a good follower.
Yeah, you said he doesn't like to be behind anybody, but right now it looks like he's just on cruise control.
Yeah, he's getting tired of getting run into.
Right now, I'd be doing the same thing. As, this race is going to be won or lost off the pit road, I do believe.
And that's definitely your strategies in stages 1 and 2 are not the same as they are here in stage 3.
No.
Go back and look at this second pack again. Here's Hellraiser in the 87, trying to make a move on the 38 of Mopower Disaster. That's T-Bird in the number 15, who's following Justin Hackett in the number 88. This is 6th on back. And then an 11 is the 32 of Probably Your Dad. Nice. Oh, the 87 cuts through the grass and it comes right up onto the track in front of the 32. And the 32, I mean, what are you going to do? Runs right into him and spins him around. And Hellraiser, who was having a strong run in the top 10, is now way back in the field after that spin. Back on your leaders after that little excitement. They are now running in line again, and the 3 truck is still hanging back there, about a half a second behind.
Catching some lap traffic for the first time tonight. That's Mopower D. Smith. Looks like he's going to give everybody the low lane.
If Sludge wants to take it, who's still kind of high. Yeah, the 34 gets into the wall. It wasn't given a whole lot of space off of turn number 2. I think he thought they might catch him earlier on than they did.
Patton coming in.
We are on him. He is coming in. He's the only leader to have come down pit road, I believe. Yeah, that was the only guy of the leaders.
Early.
A lot of guys have about 3 laps left on their fuel, 2 or 3 laps left. He's in already. And he was leading, so it's not like it's Daytona where he used more fuel, but, you know, maybe he did. Maybe he's on that last lap and he needs to pit now.
You get about 24 laps of fuel, give or take, on a tank. So it's a bit early for him.
Probably less give than take.
I feel comfortable pitting with about 48 to go.
A lot of the field in the back did just pit on this lap. SMK Sludge and Aquatati did not pit yet, but they are your leaders 1 and 2. Third is RJ Smitty, who lost a little bit more time to these guys.
It's like Sludge is coming in.
Sludge is coming in, but Taddy and RJ Smitty are not. And neither is the 87. Or maybe he just did. He's a lap down there. The 16 is in. The 38 is in. So is the 13. You see Blaney, 89, is coming off of pit road after his pit stop. Here comes Justin Hackett. And Mopower Disaster. And Blake E.T. Hunter Caliber, who got caught in that earlier incident, running about mid-pack right now.
Taddy coming in.
There he is, the 00 hitting pit road. The RJ Smitty does stay out. T-Bird coming in behind him, as well as Heavy Duty 420.
He was just cruising there, saving his stuff. So the advantage to this race right now is going to go to all these guys that are just now pitting or have yet to pit. They've been able to run it out on fuel, which means they were able to save their tires as well, and that is going to be key to only having to make one more stop.
Just so you know, I picked coming to 48 to go.
Yeah. So Patty's hitting his number right where he needs to. RJ Smitty's in this time.
Not sure he could go another lap. I'm surprised he went as far as he did. Butters also coming on pit road, so he went a while. Butters did take a while to pit. That may play out as he was mid-pack. They may get him a few spots in that number 17 gorgeous-looking Ford Tundra. Or F-150. They're not Tundras anymore.
Should only have one stop left if they can keep hitting their numbers just right.
Now, Blaney fan pit really early. So, he's going to get passed right here, it looks like, by the 32 truck.
Blaney fan, maybe Private Patton, unless he's going to try to save late here, are more than likely going to have to make an extra pit stop.
We are on RJ Smitty as we see where he falls into line. He is actually still 4th, now 5th maybe, is the 13.
Yes. And that is perfectly fine.
And now Aquatati goes by. He's actually in 6th, so good job by Evo, but he may pit a little. No, he pit with the 38 in them.
The 13 is not on the lead lap.
Got you. Okay, so RJ
I'm
Smitty
in
is in
fourth.
fifth.
Yeah. 21's in the lead, and I'm in fourth. Yeah, Smitty's in fifth.
28, 68, or 21, 68, 2, and 00. Top four.
What you're looking at on this screen is more than likely the difference in pit road entrances and exits. More so entrances for this. As you see, Private Patton and Blaney had probably the better entrances. RJ Smitty did lose a little time, and he was probably extra careful getting on pit road this time around.
So it doesn't matter, you know, if you're Taddy, if you're RJ Smitty, you lost some time on track, that's fine. That's acceptable. You're hitting your number, and they should be able to make it to the end on one more stop, and that gives them the advantage on this race. So even though they've lost time on the track, that's fine. They're not racing the leaders per se right now at this point. They're more racing a fuel and tire number.
Right now, there's about a 3-lap difference in Private Patton and Aquatati.
Yeah, Private Patton pitted 3 to 4 laps before Taddy did, so that's gonna hurt.
That means there's a 4-lap difference to RJ Smitty.
Yes.
Yeah, Patton pit coming to 51 to go. I pit coming to 48, and Smitty pit coming to 47 to go.
And that checks the math. Thanks, buddy. The 68
just letting you know the actual lap counts, that's all.
No, I appreciate it. The 68 is going low here on the 2 truck, but he didn't make it stick through turns 3 and 4. Gonna get back in line in the down the front straightaway.
Patton, if he wants to win this race, he's going to have to be a wizard right here on trying to save some stuff and still being fast.
Well, he has the time and space to do so. We have about a second lead.
I mean, he can still save that, but that's quite a bit. I do think he'll have to make one more stop at the end for some fuel.
If he can save a lap this time, if he can go the distance, let's just say he goes the distance this time, he's still 2 laps shy, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So he'd have to save a lap here and a lap.
And it looks like he's starting to slow down as Sludge has already caught him. So he's starting to realize that he's going to be short.
Yeah, he just did some math himself.
Yeah, and we just saw that live, that he did some math right in his head and realized he was going to be short. So Sludge caught him and passed him. Blaney right now is passing him. So Patton has really dropped his pace off right here.
So your new leader, SMK Sludge. Yeah, Patton dropped his pace. He wants to be. Looks like he wants to be in line. He doesn't want to be the leader. He's going to use that draft to help save some fuel.
Sludge doesn't want to give him that draft either.
No, he doesn't. Drop low down turn 2. I don't think he's pitting. I think he just didn't want that draft.
So Sludge going to lead a lap here tonight. Your winner from Eldora last week.
2 weeks ago, I remember him coming on strong, and then he had an incident, I think, that cost him some time.
He was absolutely dominant at Eldora last week. Still not giving Patton that draft down the back strip.
Wisely so. If you can make it, don't help the other guy. Takes a real sharp turn into the bottom lane of the front straightaway as well.
Not too far behind them, you have 4th and 5th place, Taddy and RJ Smitty. They're the best right now in terms of strategy. Still fighting with that lap truck of Evo.
Well, using him for drafts is a good idea for those guys.
Yeah, but they are not too far behind these guys for the lead.
I keep catching them, and then the 13 keeps getting side by side with me, and then I lose the time. But Smitty has caught me now because of it.
And he has. That 3 truck has overcome a lot of mistakes tonight. Bad luck, and he still finds himself in contention for this win.
Just testament to his speed and his perseverance. He's going to go low on a 13. Is he going to be able to get the spot on him this time around?
I don't believe so. That 13 should have to run off the corner, and he does. But he stays high, so Smitty's going to have a chance here in 1.
Well, it looks like Hellraiser has ended up taking his talents to pit road and are staying there. Here's Butters, 1973, as he's in a pack of 3 cars with Justin Hackett and Old Guy.
That 13 truck's making it tough on these leaders.
Yeah, that's why I went down and picked up Smitty. I figured 2 trucks would fit.
Yeah, they finally were able to clear them.
Blaney fan has just come down pit road. On cue, it seems. Maybe he thinks he can go the rest of the way from here, but he knew he was going to pit twice. I don't. That's the only strategy I can think of for the O2. Why he was pitting this early.
Now, you're not going to win this race, in my opinion.
No. Well, the 3 does get around to 13, and he's going to fall in line behind Aqua Tatty. If these 3 trucks can get in line, they may start to catch those leaders again.
Yeah, these top drivers here, they got to go another 11 or 12 laps to be comfortable to make it to the end.
Private Pat.
Before that, you're probably going to have to pit again.
Private Patton went in this spot. It looked like, as you mentioned, for strategy reasons. I don't know if that strategy's working out because the 2 has been making it tough to draft on him, and now they've lost the 68. So now he has no help from behind him as the 68 starts to lose, gets a little space between them, and now the 21 is losing time to the 2. So it's as if barely he's in the same spot as he was. Now he's just in second.
I don't think that 2's saving at all. I think he's pushing. He pitted a little bit early to be able to make it, in my opinion. So if I was Patton, if you're trying to hit that number that the rest of these guys are, I'd just back off that 2 and try to race your own race and not race against somebody else.
There might be the difference of 3rd and 15th.
I don't think he'd fall that far, but probably, a finish he didn't deserve, maybe 7th, 8th, somewhere around there.
Well, if he has to pit one more time, everyone else is going to go by.
Yeah.
Because right now it looks like, I can't tell for everybody, but we know the O2 can't make it. The 21 is questionable. We'll see when he comes in this time.
68 truck right now is really off the pace. Blaney, as Aqua Tatty, RJ Smitty have caught him for 3rd.
Yeah, he might be saving too.
It's possible, but it's a little too late on this run here.
Well, he may not have to save that much. He's probably doing the math. All these guys start doing math. The numbers tick down. I was just doing math. My brain started to hurt. But these guys start doing a little bit of that counting. They go, well, if I save 1 lap here, and then I don't have to make that extra pit stop. 00 gets into the wall off of turn 2 last time around. That allowed the 13 to get underneath him.
That's not what the 00 wants, is lap traffic right now.
I think now with the 68 right there, they need to get rid of that 13 somehow.
And he's just trying to concentrate, hit his own number here. He doesn't need the distraction of a lap truck.
Probably your dad is running by himself behind all of them for, it looks like 5th place. No, 6th. RJ Smitty's in 5th, so it looks like probably your dad's running around in 6th. About 2 seconds behind him. There goes the 13 high. Is he giving him space, or is he just getting back in it?
We should start seeing pit stops here from some of these guys in the next lap or 2. The ones that pitted early. Like Blakey T's coming in, but his chances were dashed for that crash at the beginning of the stage.
They've moved back onto Private Patton because we are just not sure when he's going to pit. Is it in 5 laps or is it sooner?
If Private Patton pits any time before 24, 25 to go, there's no way he's making it. It looks like he's signaling right now. There's no way he's going to make it to the end if he pits right now. Unless he's doing 100 miles an hour around the track.
I think he's actually pitting a lap earlier than I think he can go another lap, but he doesn't believe so, and he's going to bring it down. Oh, he gets a little loose off of 4, but he does save it and gets on the pit road.
all about hitting a number right now.
Well, while the 21 is the first of the leaders to go down pit road, we'll have to wait and see. We know the 00 and the 3 are going to go longer than everybody. They've already gone longer than everybody.
We've got 27 to go right now.
Looks like the 88 may have gone down pit road already as well.
Like Sludge is signaling here. He's going to be pitting with 26 to go. I don't think.
So is Blaney.
He's gonna be able to make it.
Blaney 89 is also signaling to go down pit road this time by.
Don't think Sludge is going to make it here with 26 to go.
There goes. Somebody spun. The 68 spun around, and that actually the 32 also got involved. That affected probably your dad's entrance.
That's asking a lot here to pit this early. So the advantage goes back to Taddy and RJ Smitty right here, who are side by side for the lead.
This might be a race for the lead right here as we go back on these two. Watching their entrance to pit road will be critical here. Not to put any pressure on you there, Taddy.
Taddy coming in, 25 to go. To go, he might have to save just a little bit.
T-Bird also, I think, stayed out.
Smitty's going to have an advantage here, staying out that extra lap.
Yeah, unfortunately, like I said, that 13 was racing the leaders pretty hard. Causes a little bit of fuel loss. And every time I try to let him go, he'd catch the wall or something.
Smitty's going to stay out an extra lap, so he's going to pit with about 23 to go. He will be good to go. He shouldn't have to save anything. He should be able to go full bore.
So Private Patton is about 4 laps shy on fuel.
Yeah. Smitty right now in the catbird seat. Can't have any mistakes. We've seen a lot of mistakes from him entering pit lane this evening. He cannot have any mistakes right here as he does signal to come in this time by. Got to be picture perfect.
They see the 68.
Even a little bit conservative. He can go conservative and it's fine.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You see the 68, he had spun you saw getting to pit road last time around, so that's going to take him out of the top 5. But probably your dad did get affected by that. Not sure yet how much, so we'll check on him in a little bit. As you see, RJ Smitty coming down pit road to get service to his number 3 Chevrolet. Private Patton has just unlapped himself, so he's going to be making that lap around. We'll see when he comes out and rejoins RJ Smitty. SMK Sludge is in 2nd place now. You see him behind the 21 as they're coming up on Country Caliber in the number 98 Ford, who had was involved in that early incident here in Stage 3. He looks like he will be going a lap down.
Smitty coming out of his box. He will not cycle to the lead. However, he is sitting absolutely golden right now in terms of strategy.
He has no reason to pit again unless some really tragic event occurs. RJ Smitty should be good to go all the way to the end. We know Private Patton cannot go till the end. And everyone in between is basically unsure. Are they going to be able to save fuel? Is Aquatati, who's probably going to go all out here, is he going to be able to make it the rest of the way? So a lot of drama here as we come to the end of the Las Vegas 200.
Taddy, by my calculations, is going to have to save just a little bit. Maybe he can tuck in behind RJ Smitty and try to hang on and use that draft to save. Who knows? But they are on the same strategy. So right now, this could be the pass for the win with Smitty getting around Taddy.
We should go on the leader, but that's not really the race for the win, is it?
Yep. as Patton right now is your race leader, but there's no way he's going to be able to make it lead.
So, no one ever has to listen to me. But we know the 3 can make it. We know the 00 is only just a little short. We're really not sure that anyone else, without saving, is going to be able to make it.
T-Bird's one that's good to go.
Okay. So if you're...
the 15 is good to go. He's right now currently in 8th. So he's looking at probably 3rd, maybe 4th place finish.
Well, I was going to... If you're 3rd... if you're Aquatati, you can probably do no worse than 3rd.
Yeah.
So I don't think... Even though it's he has to save a little bit, you're not pitting. But if he doesn't even bother to save, he runs out of fuel with a half a lap to go. He'll sputter, and he may only lose second place.
Yep.
Even though his chances of a win have diminished slightly, Taddy's still going to be able to come home for a good finish here tonight if he can hit that number. As Patton, something happened to Patton down the front straightaway.
He was spun out.
Yeah, he is now falling way back. I'm not sure if he was around lap traffic,
something
but
happened to the 21 truck.
we were not on him.
He wasn't in a position for the win here tonight, but still a very good finish up for grabs for the 21. Something happened to him.
Oh, okay, so I just checked out, but the replay on his stream, he comes out of turn 4, and Mo Power D. Smith just slams on the brakes, and the 21 runs right into him and spins around.
Tough break for the 21.
Not sure what happened to the 34 truck. Well, he's out of the race now. But he just basically stopped. And it didn't really look like lag.
That puts Patton all the way back to 5th place, I do believe.
6th.
Yeah, fighting for 5th with Blakey T.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, Blakey T has moved back up there. Good for him, as he was involved in that really early incident as well. Hung in there, good pit stops, and he's now racing for 5th. But real unfortunate for your leader, the number 21 of Private Patton. And you know, we know that he couldn't have made it the rest of the way, but now that extra time, which was a lot of time, he's just lost to these guys. Now it's even further back he'll be when he has to make that extra pit stop.
Yep. Right now, Sludge's out front. He has cycled to the lead through all that. He's got a very sizable gap to second place, but more than likely he is going to have to pit one more time.
I think he only pit a lap after the 21. I'm sorry, a lap before the 00 did.
Fairly early, about 25, 26 to go. I believe it was 26 to go.
A lot of these guys have really spread out. Another car in pit road right now that looks like the 74.
Right there. He's really slow coming off of turn 4.
Yeah, my bad.
Big problems for Taddy there.
Your mic did go silent, so I wasn't sure what happened to you.
Don't know what happened to the 00, but he's back up to speed now. A lot of echo. Holding on to T-Bird.
And I'm on him right now. It's just him and T-Bird. There goes the 32 down pit road. He knows he can't make it, so he's going to take his pit stop now. Try to not lose as much time. The 00 is still running in 3rd place.
00 has fallen back to 6th. He's got T-Bird right behind him in 7th. I'm not sure what happened there, but it was not ideal.
Just my assessment, and I'm sure Taddy can mention later, but I believe his controller died.
Ooh.
Judging by the replay and what his truck did, it looked like his controller died.
That's a horrible time for that to happen.
Are you talking about me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, my wife got home and my front door was locked somehow.
Ah. Yeah, he had to get up.
Would have been a very mad wife had he just left her out there, door locked.
Hey, where's your key? I'm in second.
Sorry, babe. You got to wait 15 laps.
You know, my son went on a trip. He's in Florida, and they have a PlayStation. I was in a league race on Sunday night, and he logged on, and it logged me out in the middle of the race. So, and I was in second.
Process of all that. Sludge has either pitted or lost the lead because
He pit.
Yeah, some of these guys,
has cycled the lead.
they are deciding to pit now because they're gonna lose less time if they pit now for 2 tires, and they can go the rest of the way.
Yeah, that's what they're doing, it looks like. So that extra pit stop, that's going to put them way far back, at least a lap down.
So now Aquatati is back in 3rd place. Not sure if it's Blakey T who's in 2nd or somebody else.
Patton's still in 2nd.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Patton hasn't pit
The whole
yet.
field right now is jumbled up.
Well, Patton may want to think about pitting because he's on older tires, and those guys now have a little fresher, and he's gonna lose more time to them. Aquatati is getting a
right now. He's just on cruise control. This might be one of the easiest wins he's going to be able to get if he can hang on here and stay out of trouble.
T-Bird just made a pass for 3rd place around Aquatati.
T-Bird on that same strategy with tires and fuel as Taddy and Smitty. He should be able to make it to the end.
Go through the field a little bit here. Here's the 74 of Old Guy 24. He's behind the 68. That's Blaney 89 as you saw him spin to his last pit. And that's definitely affected him. He's back in the pack now. I'm not sure if they're racing on the same lap, but the 74 is trying to, it looks like, go around him down low on the front straightaway. So he'll get back in line. Give him a push into turn number 1. Another bump. 74 using up the 68's bumper for sure here, back in the pack.
Patton's on pit road now.
As the 21 enters pit road, here we are back in the pack with the 88 of Justin Hackett, the 17 of Butters, 1978, and the 44 of Heavy Duty 420. I believe they are all racing for position right now. Somewhere near the top 10.
So Smitty's got 5 laps to go at the line right there. Just a handful of laps remaining here tonight at Las Vegas.
Brian SP in the 45. He is a lap down as you see the 3rd place truck of T-Bird coming to his rear and about a half a turn behind. The 21 is coming out of pit road right there, but he is also going a lap down to those leaders.
Now, 2nd place is a fight between T-Bird and Taddy.
We were on that battle right now as we watch the 45.
That is for position, and that they should both be able to make it to the end.
No, I'm going to end up about a lap short.
A little bit of history between these two.
RJ
They're not afraid to give each other the bumper.
RJ Smitty continues to lead. He is just out to lunch on this field right now. As he put another lap on the 02 of Blaney fan. There's Private Patton. Private Patton
He's got about 2.5 laps left.
Private Patton has fallen to 9th place. But on fresher tires, he is trying to make him. He's probably not trying to make a move on these leaders, but he could very easily get around those two. But they are battling for position. Aquatati got out of the gas a little bit there in turn 4. He's going to get a bump from the 21.
Got 2 to go.
There comes the 21 truck down low. He's going to get back behind the 15 as Aquatati moves back into second place. But as you heard him, he fears he's a lap shy on making it all the way.
Yeah, he's coming to 1 to go, so crucial time for the 00. Maybe he can limp it home, coast it across the line.
We know RJ Smitty's in front. We want to show him win the race, but this is the battle as the 00 looks like he may have already run out of gas.
RJ Smitty in turn 3. Coming out of turn 4, looks like he's got enough to be able to make it to the line.
Here goes the 3.
Right
the 68 spins again right in front of the 3. The 3 does a spin victory over the line backwards as he wins the race here in Las Vegas with style.
The winner at Vegas. He's like, I got the gap. I can go ahead and play a little bit.
The 21 is going to be 9th. The 15, the T-Bird, ends up in 2nd. And does the 00 come home in 3rd?
No, I'm going to come home in 5th. 38 Mo Power Disaster got 3rd. Butters got 4th.
Butters, 1973 with a top 5 tonight. In 4th place, Aquatati 5th. SMK Sludge 6th. Probably Your Dad in 7th. Stage winner. Stage winner Private Patent ends up in 8th. Country Caliber in 9th. And Brian SP and the number 45 truck finishes in 10th.
Shout out Butters there for making that strategy work, as well as Mo Power Disaster. Both came home with top 5.
Well, good job, guys. I mean, nothing ended up the way we expected. RJ Smitty had a lot of trouble, ends up winning. T-Bird was almost unheard of throughout the race. In his second pack, most of it, he's in 2nd. Aquatati had great pit strategy, was up front all day, ends up running out of fuel. Like, a lot of stuff happening in this race tonight.
Yeah, Patton falls all the way to 8th.
Leaky T came home in 11th, by the way, just outside the top 10. What a run from my buddy Butters, by the way. 4th place. Good job, Butters. Picola is proud.
Oh, that was a great race we saw here tonight. A little bit of everything.
How many guys you guys want?
Well, give us, I'll tell you what. Give us the winner. Sludge, you, and Patton.
Okay.
Is that cool? Should we get T-Bird too?
T-Bird got
a lot of interviews here, Brink.
Those are the guys I have questions for.
Smitty also had the fastest lap.
Oh, good job, RJ Smitty. Fastest lap, got the pole, and won the race. Trifecta.
He did. Oh yeah, he did get the pole, you're right. Alright, cool. I invited all those guys.
Welcome your race winner, RJ Smitty, to the booth. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So you clearly had the best strategy. Had the longest runs. I'm getting a little of an echo.
I don't know if it's me. There's a lot of echo.
But yeah, RJ, just. Oh, that seemed to do it. So RJ Smitty, just let us know, how were you able to have your truck make it as long as it did?
I don't know. I don't know if everybody else was just driving it into the corners a lot harder than I was, because I was backing up my corners quite a bit throughout like the whole stage 3, and I wasn't really losing much time doing that. But I mean, I really only had to save like half a straight of fuel each time, like every run. So.
And you basically saved.
I was wondering if you watched the race from last night and that's how you picked up on that strategy to be able to save your tires and fuel to be able to make one less stop than everybody else.
late practicing last night, and we found that.
Well, you found the right strategy tonight, and it paid off. So good job.
Thanks.
Yeah, congrats, bud. We basically knew you were going to win the race because nobody could last as long as you did out there. Second place went to T-Bird, 29:05. You were kind of a second pack car for a lot of the race, and then were you just conserving?
Um, yeah, I kind of like I was probably would have ended up making a mistake of going too hard, like a lot of other people did. But the first lap, when 68 slid up, I was on the outside, and I was the first truck that caused that whole calamity at the beginning to stay straight. And at that point, it went just like, all right, I'm guessing saving now. And then,
Oh,
I mean, it wasn't much of a save. You just had to make sure your tires could make it, and then just run the bottom because actually towards the end, fuel was also an issue in that race. That's how I believe that's how Taddy ended up dropping off towards the end because I pitted a lap after him and I was barely able to make it at the end. I was even sputtering like 100 meters from the line.
well, you made it close, but you still finished in second. So good job.
I
Again,
mean, I
you
guess I just
lasted.
made Charlotte better.
Yeah, yeah. I guess RJ Smitty backing up the corners. You guys, him, and Nakwatati were the only guys who really made it last as long as you guys did. And Taddy was really close, but you were a little bit had a little bit more than he did. Who else is in here? Private Patton's in here, right? You led much of the race. You did pit earlier each time. Was it your setup, or did you just not have the tires for tonight?
Oh no, I just wasn't paying attention. No, just straight up. Like I even said it in the party chat I was in. I just wasn't paying attention to the laps. I could have made it, but then as soon as I realized what lap it was, I'm just like, oh well, there it goes. I tried to rebound, and then I got into another incident, which
Yeah.
took
So
me out of it.
what happened there? I looked at the replay. And not everyone else saw the replay, but it looked like the 34 just stopped dead in his tracks coming out of turn 4.
I think it was a little bit of lag, and at the same
He'd been
time,
lagging all night.
at the same time, he also was trying to get out of my way, so it just was a perfect disaster there. So yeah, and yeah, I could have made it on tires. I would have had to have saved like a little bit of fuel, but I mean, I just wasn't paying attention to the laps just straight up. Yeah, so gave away a win essentially, but I would have lost it either way because of the 34. So. Say la vie.
Well, you've done well in the past, and I guess today is RJ Smitty's turn.
He won at Kentucky.
SMK Sledge, I wanted you in here too because you were really strong tonight. You had a really good truck. And you were also really conservative. Like, I didn't see you make too many moves that I would have considered, poor timing. But and RJ Smitty had to go, so he's out of here. But SMK Sledge, I'm just curious, were you trying to conserve and save more? Were you just, the way you had to run your truck, it just wasn't able to save?
Oh, earlier in the season, I did say about a fuel saving deal. I hate fuel saving, so I'm going all out. So yes, I had to pitch the second time, and then I finished 6th lap down, which is fine for me. But yeah, if Taddy can do something about fuel saving for next season, maybe, hopefully, not guaranteed, but fuel saving is just not my deal.
Well, there you have it. You're not going to get Sledge in a fuel-saving race. But yeah, you were really fast. It was a pleasure to see you up there tonight. All you guys ran really well for a large portion of the race. So, here, Mike, obviously anything else from you? Feel free.
No, just an excellent race we saw again tonight. The GC Sports guys really keep putting on good shows for us each week, week in and week out. I want to say congratulations again to RJ Smitty. Using the right strategy there, fast truck all night, bringing home his, I believe, second win of the season. A couple more shout-outs, T-Bird on the same strategy, Taddy, Butters, Mo Power Disaster, all coming home with top 5s because of that.
I wanted Butters to get top 3 so bad, so he had a chance to get in here.
I almost
And
invited
just,
him, but I didn't want to be biased.
And just a couple more guys. Private Patton, Sludge dominated Eldor last week. Comes home 6 here tonight with another fast truck, proving that was no fluke. So just good all around night for a lot of guys here, and I can't wait to see Homestead next week.
Tuesday night's a real fun night. I'm real proud, and it's a pleasure to be a part of it. So thank you everybody for the show you put out there. Thank you Gator Mike for working with me tonight.
Sir.
And thanks to Aquatati and RJ Smitty and everybody involved. I am Brinkerhoff17. Look for me out there in your NASCAR Heat World, F1, every other racing game you can think of I might be on. Look for Gator Mike. Look for all of us. We love to race. We will race with you. For GC Sports, Las Vegas, I am Brinkerhoff. Have a wonderful evening. Godspeed and go fast.